So today, the two words that come up for me, and this is really tied to, um, the self-help world, the spiritual world, the healing community, that milieu psychology, um, and trauma work, etc. The two words that we talk about, the wound, and then we talk about healing, right? So I've done several dives into why we use those words. And it was this development in the psychological world, or when psychology started to become a thing, with Freud and the development of this world, and moving into the human potential movement and these kinds of things. And, you know, coming into the recognition that, one, people are and our psyches are affected by our environment, where we grew up, how we grew up, the kind of social conditioning, and that sort of thing. Our relationships with our family, with our parents, specifically, and you know um, that recognition was very important. So there wasn't just like, oh, you're fucked up, you're hysterical, you're um, off, this guy's one brick short of a load, whatever. But recognizing that there is actual effect the from people's environment and from our experiences. We have overwhelming experiences that leave lasting impressions. um, our whole system is geared towards keeping us safe. And if that's psychologically or emotionally safe, we develop ways of navigating the circumstances that we're in, good or bad, right? So, and then from there, that development kept going, and the term wounding and healing became part of the lexicon in this world. So, it's kind of semantics, but also, if we believe that the words that we use affect our perceptions and how we navigate the world, then if we're using these terms, um, my view of this, and actually this is not just my view, like I said, I've been doing some work looking into this, is that the effect is, not for everybody, but the effect is generally that we will drop into kind of a victim mentality, and then our wound kind of becomes an identity, right? um this is the way I look at it. First off, like, a wound is when you, like, broke your arm or cut your finger, these kinds of things, strained muscle. These are wounds that can be healed, or that will heal. But unless you have, like, a traumatic brain injury or something like that, your psyche isn't wounded, right? It's poorly trained. It's had some adverse experiences that it's had to learn to navigate, for good or bad. Um, so instead of using these terms, wounded and healing, right? I The way that I guide people is, one, you're not broken. These intense emotions, these intense reactions, this confusion, whatever you're having, is a result of a very well developed nervous system trying to navigate maybe some really screwed up circumstances. And then, of course, our brain in its infinite wisdom, and limited capacity. Well, not limited capacity, it's really kind of unlimited, but the conscious mind that keeps us able to like stay in this reality as opposed to being in a psychedelic reality, has to translate everything so that we can have agreement, we can work in this world, we can move around. So everything's working perfectly. So you're not broken and there's nothing to heal, but there might be something to learn. There might we the other beautiful thing about our nervous system, which is I mean, it's the complex thing, there's the autonomic and the autonomic nervous system, but it always, it's the whole body, every muscle, every cell, the fascia, the way your brain is working, the way your heart is working, all of it, just everything combined, right? That's is our system is the most versatile of all the animals on the planet. You know, we have the ability to actually change our behavior in the moment. We don't have to wait for eons of evolution to change. Okay. We can adapt. That's why we can live in all the different environments that we live in on the world. So, if we start from that place, we're working perfect and at a high level, and we're not broken, then the circumstances that we're feeling and even the reactions that we're having, we know can shift. We can actually consciously shift those things. So to me, that is much more empowering than I'm wounded and I'm healing, because what that sets up for most people, and I've been in this field for a long, long time, both as a student and as a practitioner, 30 years or more, is it sets up a cycle of victimhood, I would say, and then there's this constant digging into the pain and the trauma. And that's another subject there that we'll talk about another time. But I mean, are you really traumatized or it just was a tough time? That's sort of the thought around that. But yeah, think about that. Shifting our verbiage, the words that we use, to something that is much more positive, much more empowering, um, much more doable. Like if I know that I can consciously shift something because everything, because I'm a highly capacity, I have a system with high capacity and um, malleability, then I'm going to feel much more empowered in that.